Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Marty. What's up, Marty?
I'm not too bad, Joe. What about yourself?
All right, so we want to get your take on the Legend of the Sea Devils, because I know you have a lot to say about the episode. So, what do you have to
Oh,
say?
diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. I, as I was saying to Noel the other night, I was like, I've watched Doctor Who with my mum since it came back. It's just a
Yeah,
tradition. I looked the other night at her and she was sleeping on the seat. She was sleeping on the couch. So like that shows you how bad of an episode it
right.
was.
You couldn't even stay awake for it. Yeah,
No, she couldn't even stay away for it. She woke up. She woke up as the credits were rolling, and because I woke her up, I screamed when I saw Ace and Tegan. But anyway, uh, it was just so not. I didn't care for the story. I felt I couldn't follow it.
yeah.
And I think I put that down to the editing. I thought the editing was real sloppy editing.
Oh, I
Good,
think so too.
and it feels like they're at the stage where it's the fact that there's two episodes left, and it feels like they just can't be bothered.
Well, one episode left now,
Yeah, one left now. Like, but
just Centennial. Yeah, I mean, my thing is that it was forced. The whole Yaz and the Doctor romance was forced because the new fans wanted it, and they catered to it, but they catered to it too soon. See that? I mean, too late. And the whole point is that there is no romantic chemistry between them. And now you're trying to say the Doctor's just trying to put her in the same class as River Song when they didn't even kiss or didn't even have any history. And I don't find it believable at all. I think it's just like bad writing on Chibnall's part. He never knew what to do with Yaz. Never could give her a concrete storyline. When he tried, he failed. He made it like she was going to kill herself or something. He never explained it. And now he's trying to do all this stuff in the end, and it's not working out. Now, this whole thing with the Tegan and Ace, he fooled everybody. He tricked everybody. He got everybody on board because that's what people want. They want to
yeah.
see their classic companions. So now they're looking the other way, giving him a pass.
Well, that's it. It's like what do you call it? It's sort of like pulling out all the stops. The fact that I think the fact that he's bringing back all these old companions and there's rumors of more cameos apart from them. I think it's all a show, as if to say, look, I'm the only showrunner that's brought these people back, and he's trying
Well,
to.
that's not necessarily true because Russell T Davis brought back Sarah Jane.
Yeah, yeah.
And they brought back Kate Stewart, and they like, I mean, it just to me the if you're talking about an episode where she regenerates, when would you ever think, oh, let's just make Ace and Tegan be part of that? That doesn't make any sense. And then you're going to try to wrap the Timeless Child, and then you're going to try to wrap the Root Doctor, then you're going to try to wrap the romance, all in this one episode. Like something's going to give, and something is not going to get the attention that you think. And the whole Yaz Doctor romance ain't going to happen. There ain't going to be anything about it. It was like, oh, we could have had this, but we didn't.
Well, it seems like he's taken on a lot of crap, and as you say, he's got so much stuff to resolve by the end of it. And bringing in Tegan and Ace, okay. When I first seen it, I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is great, they're back."
Right.
But it would have made more sense if they had appeared prior to this, and you could have
Correct. Like if they had like a little, like a Moffat, so to speak, like end credit scene, like little teaser in the beginning or something about, oh, the Doctor's in trouble, we've been locating her and whatever. Like then that would have made sense. But like how they fit in the story, I know they're there because of the Master, probably. Yeah. But what's up, Phillip?
Hello.
How are you? So we were just talking about Tegan and Ace being in this palaver. Yeah.
Well,
let me get your quick take on it. I mean, it's just bullshit. He's just throwing shit in there to just try to trick everybody and get them on board.
It's all about trying to win people to come and watch the last one of Jodie's episode because people aren't that bothered about her, and they're probably going to tune into the last end of it when she finally begins to sparkle like a vampire in daylight. But I don't know.
Like, oh, hi, Ace. Hi, hi, T. Get up regenerating. It's like, is she even going to get to encounter them? That's for sure. Or are they just going to appear? I mean,
it's just weird how it's like, well, how those two know each other anyway? Okay, they're talking on the phone, but how do they cross paths in the first place?
Yeah. Right. How would you go about? Would you create a group chat on Facebook? Anybody know the doctor? You go back in.
That's the rumor that apparently there's like a WhatsApp group that they have.
But that is what Arthur Darvill suggested to be an episode.
And apparently that's supposed to be the story. And Ace and Tegan are the ones that will be followed. But you're gonna get cameos from Joe Grant. Apparently, you're gonna get a cameo from Ian. William Russell has filmed. It's like a video call. It's actually going to be a video of him on the phone. It's not. You're not going to see him in person. But
William Russell, yeah, he's going to be calling.
William, the guy that plays Ian, Joe Grant, Nissa is going to be in it.
Wow.
Polly's going to appear. This is all over a forum which I will not name, but you have an idea what forum it is,
right?
There's a hell of a lot more cameos. There's even somebody shouting that Karen Gillan's filmed a video for it. But I don't know who that is. That Karen Gillan's going to pop up, but I don't know how that makes sense with her being back in time and all that.
In the past, well, exactly. I mean, unless you get the thing that they're not in the past, then it's just all bullshit because River just brought them back to the present with the vortex manipulator.
I just hope it's not just going to be a cameo fest and there's no story to the whole thing anyway, because This is Jodie's outing, right? And they seem to be swamping it with so many cameos or whatever they're going to put in it that it's going to make Jodie's goodbye less interesting. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not. It's when did it not become about the Doctor, but all the people from the Doctor's past?
Well, that's the thing. You see, there's a lot of theories and rumors going around. You've seen the images of the Master going around.
Yeah.
Well, I've said this that there's like two masters, like it looks like me.
No, it's a timeline thing. It's a timeline thing.
There's one theory saying that there's two masters. There's another theory going around saying that the Master's going to be impersonating the Doctor to the old companions. That's another one that he's going to arrive. Like it's going to be like part of the episode's going to be like taking an Ace looking for the Doctor, and they come across the TARDIS or the TARDIS lands. And Sacha Dhawan steps out pretending to be the Doctor. But, he's got the police box and everything. His TARDIS looks like the police box, but I don't know what the purpose of that is. But that's a rumor.
See, my whole theory I had was that if the Master was two people, it had to do with, Missy's consciousness going to the Nethersphere while the body was there. And then maybe the body could still regenerate with the memories. And that would be, you would have her in a separate body because she could create new bodies in the Nethersphere, but maybe she got bored and decided to regenerate anyway. And then you got two masters running around then that's your Metacrisis master and whatever, kind of. But it makes no sense. Yeah, the fact that if the Sausage Jawan just became the master, then to be a good guy, help the Doctor, then snap and become evil again, and then not remember that he encountered Jodie's Doctor, that would ruin the whole Spyfall, thing in general, because he didn't encounter her before that.
I just find it interesting how I just think there's something up in the Master, like the two Masters theory that you said. I reckon there could be weight to that, because you see the Master with the clean shaven, wearing like what I call Capaldi style clothes, and then you see another shot of him where he has a big beard and long hair.
I mean, the Master could be crazy enough, like he was before, to kill himself or defeat himself again, like Missy battling John Sim. I mean, it could be this situation where maybe this Sacha Dhawan's Master is actually the further off one, that he knew he killed the Doctor and made a mistake, and as clean shaven he goes back and tries to fucking fix everything by battling himself, creating a fucking paradox that you wouldn't believe.
Let's not forget though. Also, we left off with the Master having a bunch of Cyberlords.
Right. Yeah,
how are they going to deal with that?
Well, that's what it looks like. The Master fucking, like when he's all Dire Straits, fucking hair everywhere, Looks like
Yeah,
he's got
they're in the
fucking-
background of that shot where he's the long hair. There's one of them standing in the background, so they do turn up.
So, but I don't know how the other Cyberman lives if he killed him. That
I
doesn't
just,
make any sense.
I came up with this theory. I was saying to Noel the other day that like one of it's the case where I know he's not going to retcon the timeless child, but like what if it's the case where you explain that there's multiple different universes and there's barriers between universes like the void, like the void.
Right.
And my theory for like how you could partially sort this whole thing out would be there's different universes with different Gallifreys and different matrices, right?
Right.
And the events of the flux have broken down the barriers between worlds, and the information from a different matrix has leaked into our universe, which is why when the Master goes looking for the information, he sees the timeless child stuff.
Well,
So
the whole point is they're not supposed to be in the bubble. They left the bubble.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
the
don't know
thing.
what the fuck that means. Like the and the other Gallifreyans, Time Lords that were chasing after the Root Doctor, they have technology to communicate with their bosses on Gallifrey.
Yeah.
Them not knowing Gallifrey is destroyed when they're talking to them every day makes no sense. Meaning there's another Gallifrey. Like
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they could be after the Ruth Doctor and accidentally end up in this universe looking for the Ruth Doctor.
And the only I could say that now you can't say Ruth is from another universe because they said the same mind, like they're repeating each other, meaning the same universe. Like if it was a different universe Doctor, they wouldn't be in sync like that. So I don't know how that's going to be. And then you can't make it that she's not the Doctor and she's a villain or something, because then people will be upset, pissed off, because they'll be like, oh no, she really is excited that she's the Doctor. But now you got to explain how she's the Doctor. Is she a future incarnation, which I think, because then that would screw up the whole thing about Jodie being the first
put her
female.
between 2 and 3. She's between the second and third.
I mean,
Doctor.
but it still would ruin it because it would make it where Jodie's not the first female Doctor. Like it kind of ruins that whole thing. That was the whole thing that they started. She's the first Doctor that was a female, but now you're trying to go back and you're trying to change everything. So I think they really need to. Chibnall wrote himself into a corner. I think he needs to fix.
Well, he's gonna have a lot to fucking sort out unless
he's not gonna sort anything out. I don't think.
Unless the special is 90 minutes long, I can't see him getting everything sorted out. I can't see him.
I think that the Fob Watch, they all wanted her to open the Fob Watch because the Fob Watch is going to erase her memory. And I think that's why she was crying to Yaz, because she's going to forget her and everything else. And Tech Team's going to step in there, still alive, and be like, all right, I got you now. You're mine. And then maybe this is why the past Doctors are involved or something. Because that whole thing is going to make her wipe her memory. I think. That's what
I reckon the ultimate twist in this, I know it was a theory that went around a couple of years ago and not many people bought into it, is that Yaz has been a sleeper agent for the Master since Series 12.
Yeah.
I reckon if that happened, that would be
too.
that the Master's going to turn up and go, I am the Master, and like the Yasmin Cal, I am the Master, and you will obey me. And there's going to be like a whole. She's going to turn on the Doctor. Like
I don't think so. I think you built this whole thing up about this romance, and then you have her turn on her. I don't think that's going to work. And these young fans now that they're crying and they're like, "Oh, I love this! Oh, you hold the hands! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Well, I have no issue with them doing a same-sex relationship. The problem I have with it is the fact that it's forced in, in Eve of the Daleks, 3 episodes before she's due to regenerate. You're not supposed to accept that.
He's a horrible writer.
Why not?
He can be a good writer when he wants to be, but he just sometimes he surprises you, pops up some nice shit. But
if he had taken that line from Series 11, you would remember the spiders and Yaz's mom's like, "Are you two dating?" And they're like, "No." And if he had developed it from then, it would have made more sense. But the fact that he just abandoned it and then decided to pick it up.
But the whole thing with the Doctor being the Doctor always liked females.
Yeah.
So now the Doctor's in a female body. She's not gay. She's just the same as she always was.
Yeah.
It's just she always liked Yaz because she's like, oh, tea with Yaz. She always fancied Yaz. You know that. But Yaz never fancied her. But now you just changed it for the fans. No. This is the problem. You can't change shit for the fans
Mhm.
because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It's
Well,
not.
You have to remember, right? Ever since the Time Lords can now swap gender, they've become gender fluid. So whatever body they're in, whatever emotions they have, will change with it.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, because the Doctor's always been consistent, where the Doctor never liked a man ever. So that I don't think regeneration has anything to do with sexual preference, like that they wanted a mate. I think that the whole point is that the Doctor, yes, the Doctor's emotions may be different. Maybe the Doctor wouldn't be in love with Yaz, just like Capaldi's Doctor didn't remember Madame de Pompadour. So
then how do you get around the problem of forever changing regeneration from male to female in a Time Lord society? That's a head fuck in itself.
Well, don't forget they're aliens, so they're not bound by human fucking terminology. I mean, so the Doctor just, I don't think if the Doctor was a female, or if the Doctor had another 10 female incarnations, that she would ever love a male, ever. Because I think that's the way the Doctor is, that the Doctor just likes females. And I think that's the way it's always going to be. It's not going to, you can't just make a Doctor gay just for an incarnation.
The only way you can say that is because most of his companions have been female.
But he has had male companions, and he wasn't really he always kind of treated them like shit, kind of, here and there. So
the only male companion that the Doctor really had any affection for was Captain Jack. But
he didn't really have any affection, because he kind of avoided him as the 10th Doctor. He's like, fuck off.
Well, not.
I mean,
but
you know what I'm saying? I mean, that was kind of forced, though. Russell T Davies making the 9th Doctor kiss fucking Captain Jack. That was just bullshit. But and he wasn't that crazy about that either. But it wasn't that they liked each other. He was there only because Rose liked him there. Yeah. That's why, not any other reason.
They liked each other as friends, but it's not anything else. It was friends.
I mean, now that he saved, the Doctor, she likes this incarnation of Doctor likes Captain Jack, meaning as a friend, because he risked all to save her. So, this Doctor appreciates Captain Jack probably more than the other Doctors. I mean, really.
I was seeing a rumor the other day that suggested that it wasn't originally Tegan and Ace in the centenary special. It was Jack and Gwen, but because of the whole Joe Barlow.
I don't know about Gwen, because Gwen, nobody would fucking be like, what, care that she's there? No, this is not a fucking tortured fucking reunion. This is like the Doctor and his companion. So, I mean, Gwen Cooper being there, it's like, oh, all right. That wouldn't make any sense. But, Captain Jack and Tegan, and that would make sense,
Yeah.
But another thing, here's the thing, if they really wanted to find the Doctor, they know about UNIT. They know that they could just fucking contact UNIT and talk to Kate Stewart, because Tegan knows the fucking Brigadier. They went through that whole shit. She knows the whole history of the Doctor working for UNIT and the Brigadier. So, they would just go to fucking UNIT and talk to fucking the Brigadier's daughter.
Well, that's it. And then
there's no fucking rocket science. You don't need to create a WhatsApp. You just go to the fucking military that the Doctor worked for. Of course, they would fucking tell them, because they're the companions.
At this point in time, they're disbanded at this moment. So
they're back now. They're back now in the special.
Who the fuck knows what they are? I mean, wasn't it the Master that fucking took away their funding, kinda? Because he said he did. He's like, fuck you.
Well, it was
then he's the one that did it. Because he's like, oh, I remember that asshole. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, right? You're all about them having a WhatsApp group. Whatever happened to what was it called? The space-time visualizer or communicator, when they have the direct line to the TARDIS. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Right.
They have a direct
telegraph.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? Because it was.
And this whole thing about Amy Pond fucking phoning it in from fucking the 1930s or 40s, that's bullshit. I mean, look, I always said Amy and Rory are living in the present. There's no way. If fucking River has the vortex manipulator, she grabs them both by the hand. Let's go. There's no fucking. You could fake a headstone. You could go back every now and then, like you go to the Poconos house or some shit. be like a summer home, but let's go to the 30s or 40s every now and then to make appearances and make it like you're an author and making it like you're elderly. But you don't have to fucking live your whole life in the 30s or 40s and then, all right, so what if the fucking tombstone said they're dead, whatever? That doesn't mean they're living there. They could have faked that shit.
That's what I see the theory. It was like, oh yeah, well the TARDIS can't land in 1920s or 1930s.
And the Doctor, as the 12th Doctor, didn't give a fuck about the timeline. He was trying to save them in Mysterio. Like he was trying to build the device to save the fucking Ponds. Because after he regenerated, who was the first companion he talked about? Amy.
Yeah.
To fucking Clara, right? She's on his brain. So he wants to save the Ponds, even though he's in a different incarnation. That was his goal, right? To save the Ponds.
But why
Tegan was on the 11th Doctor's mind. He mentioned her, if you remember.
Why not? Like it was so funny because what the biggest fucking plot hole of the story was that he can't go back and save them because the TARDIS can't land in 1930s New York. Why not land the TARDIS in New Jersey and be like, right, get a bus.
Correct. Right. But that's the thing that he was trying to fix why he can't go there with the TARDIS. Because he can't not be able to go anywhere. He gets upset about that. He has to go wherever the fuck he wants to go.
Yeah.
Because he's the fucking Doctor. Don't tell me, TARDIS. I'll blow you up. Like, honestly, you're going to go where I'm going to go. So the fact that he's trying to fix that problem, hey. And that's another thing. Like, when you're encountering the Weeping Angels, like, Jodie should have had, like, a thing about being pissed at them because of the fucking Amy and Rory thing. There should have been, like, bad blood fucking thing in there. She should have been angry. Like, you should have said, hey, these motherfuckers basically killed your favorite fucking companion. You should be pissed about it. Like, honestly, she should show a little anger, show a little something. Like, you got nothing. So, I'm sorry. Even though you're in a different incarnation, it shouldn't be. Like, just like that episode that made no sense that Neil Gaiman, like, he lost his script so Moffat had to help him. The fact that children are sleeping next to the Cybermen, first thing the Doctor should have been like, Adric died because these motherfuckers. I don't trust these people. Let me get these kids out of here. Right? But no, they're fucking sleeping next to the fucking Cybermen. And I'm like, that was crazy.
Be interesting to see Tegan and Ace if they end up coming across the Master. Will Chibnall actually do anything?
But I think that's why they're there. Because Ace's last appearance was with the Master.
Yeah.
Right? And Tegan punched the Master in the face a couple fucking times.
Well, I see
right?
There was a tweet that was like,
and I'm telling you, that's what we're gonna get.
There's a tweet.
I'm telling you right now, I might even bet money on this. Tegan's gonna pop him in the mouth.
There was a tweet that said that Ace or Tegan lost her aunt because of the Master, lost Adric because of the Cybermen, and left the Doctor because of the Daleks, and now they're all in the one episode. So like this has to do justice for her, like.
No, but see, this doesn't make sense because the thing is, she left because of the killing and the violence.
Yeah.
And then in the trailer, you're holding the biggest fucking gun there is.
Yeah, I don't get
Which is supposed to be humanitarian peace-making ambassador. Now you're holding this motherfucking alien's gun with Ripley type of thing. And I'm like, how does this make sense? That's why you left the Doctor, because of the killing and exterminating weapons, right?
Yeah.
That's why you left. So you'd be like, get this gun away from me. No, it's like, let's go, motherfucker, yeah! Like, this is why, I'm sorry, and I'm going to offend some people. This is why Chris Chibnall's a fucking idiot, and he doesn't pay attention to detail. You don't fucking watch the last episode of Tegan to realize that this is why she fucking left. She had it with the fucking Sea Devils and Silurians and everybody fucking killing everybody and constantly murdering and weapons and guns. So she should not be near a fucking gun. But no, Chibnall doesn't watch those episodes. He just like phoning it in.
It's the way he treats it is like it's his way or the highway. Like,
and we haven't talked to the Doctor in 30 years. Okay, so now your fucking book never happened. That you just had everybody sign in your fucking thing, Ace. Sophie Aldred. So thanks. Thank you for telling us what we already know, that none of your shit's canon. Thanks. Because you just said you never encountered a Doctor in 30 years. So all your fucking Big Finish stuff is bullshit. Thank you for once again proving me right. Thank you to Chris Chibnall. You fucking did it, bro. You just said big fucking finger to Big Finish. Big finger. That I've never seen a Doctor in 30 years. So guess what? How many inventions did you have? after he dropped you off in Big Finish, thank you, Chris Chibnall. Fucking this to Big Finish. That's what Chris Chibnall right here. Big Finish. This is what Chris Chibnall said. And the fucking actress who plays the fucking thing that even worked for you, Big Finish, said, I haven't seen the Doctor in 30 years.
Well, the thing is,
this is what I'm trying to tell you. Big Finish is not canon.
If he can write off Big Finish with one line, then surely somebody can write off his time as children with one line.
He's wrote off Big Finish in so many fucking lines. Some of the shit he's done. It's ridiculous. And now and just now listen to this. This is even better. Let's just say we got fucking 10 companions, right? Now you fucked Big Finish 10 fucking times. Because I can't wait for the dialogue that they said. Oh, I haven't encountered a doctor and fucking whatever. They're all going to say the same shit. So your Big Finish thing is fucked, basically.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I'll tell you one thing. Roll on the 60th, because the sooner we get news about that, the better. Because I'm sick of fucking waiting to hear.
And they're gonna be totally normal. Like, oh, that's a doctor. She's a female. Wouldn't they be like, the doctor who generated a female? Wouldn't they have any type of reaction? No, they're gonna be like the fucking culture diversity fucking response. Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
What was I going to say to you? Heard some interesting stuff about the 60th. If you want to hear it.
Yeah, go on.
So we know Tennant and Tate are back for 3 specials. Right. So supposedly Tennant and Tate are back, but the episodes are set. Now I don't know how they're going to do this. The episodes are set post End of Time Part 2.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
No more regeneration, no more life, no more this. So, the stupid fucking creature called himself Time, that's supposed to be like a godly creature, is so fucking dumb that doesn't even know that the Doctor left 1 regeneration in the body of his fucking companion. So what happens when Jodie has to fucking regenerate and she has no fucking regeneration energy? Let me go visit Donna Noble, do a fucking Vulcan mind meld that we stole that shit, and get that regeneration energy back, thereby regenerating into David Tennant.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's going to pick up with Donna. This is what I was told. It's going to pick up with Donna. It's set after the End of Time Part 2. She's still married to the guy from the End of Time Part 2, Sean. And
You're going to find out he's a fucking creep.
No, they have a kid.
That worked. Oh, they do.
They have a transgender kid
called
called Lily.
God.
Now this now go with me on this, right? This was a casting call that was put out a few months ago.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yes, and supposedly what's going to happen?
They're not going to do that.
Tennant is going to run across this girl, and then he's going to make the connection and find out that she's Donna's daughter.
I don't think she's going to be a trans kid.
I swear to God,
she's just going to be a daughter, but I don't think
there was a casting call put out.
They're not going to do that. They're going to be too afraid to do shit like that.
There was a casting call put out in the middle of March for a returning BBC One drama by Andy Pryor, the guy who's the casting director for Who. And that's supposedly what it is. That's they have a daughter, and it's.
I mean, if you have a daughter, I don't think the daughter's going to be trans. I think she's going to be a daughter.
So yeah, that's what the story is.
Technically, if they have a daughter, the daughter should have some regeneration energy.
Could do. You never know.
Like fucking River.
You never know.
Because now you just fucking magnify the regeneration energy, so the kid could just fucking regenerate without changing their face, I guess. Well, you know what they really need to explain? This is what they need. This is what I think they need to do. Okay. They probably get Moffat's permission, whatever. They say, look, we need to explain shit once and for all because people been asking, right? And let's just say that fucking Lucy Saxon's kid is fucking, off the double, Rory, because he was adopted, right? And that because it was the mixture with a human and a Time Lord, that the regeneration energy doesn't work the same where they would change their face. They would just regenerate without fucking changing their face, right? Yeah. And there's a new breed of Time Lords that are half human that have been living on Earth for a while. And it wasn't just the Master and Lucy Saxon thing, but there's a whole bunch of them, right? And that maybe that's what they did when they went into hiding with the Time War. They fucking let's go to fucking Earth because that's where the Doctor is. He'll protect us. And they just fucking did the thing, erased their memory. And Wilfred could be a fucking Time Lord that was part of the Time War that said fuck it and let me just fuck. I always said that Wilfred is probably a Time Lord because why would the Doctor's mother reach out to him? Like, you missed the war. You missed the war. Yeah, you missed the fucking Time War. That's what you missed because you're fucking couldn't deal with it. So you're just fucking, you're on Earth, basically. That would also explain why he has this connection to fucking Donna because she's a fucking Time Lord also because she's a Time Lord kid, basically. And there's your fucking connection right there.
They said that the 60th is going to basically be like focused. It'll be Talent and Tate. It'll focus. It'll be mainly set during that era, but there'll be a lot of appearances. And
I just hope that David Tennant's Doctor is a new Doctor. It's not a different personality.
I hope it's 10.
That's exactly the same because technically, in theory, right? I don't count a regeneration being used unless the face changes. Correct? Yeah. So that's the way I always felt. So technically, if Donna Noble still has that regeneration energy, the regeneration is not complete. Yeah. So Jodie gets the energy. There's not enough energy to change. Well, there's just enough energy for her to change her face back to what regeneration energy has coded. Basically, the 10th Doctor. Yeah. So she regenerates into the 10th Doctor, right? And then it's going to be a matter of how am I going to get my fucking regenerations back because I just got one pass. So that could be what the 60th about is fucking besides the Doctor doing unfinished business, right? And seeing what was going. Then it's about getting the regeneration.
Well, that was what was said that Jodie's going to regenerate. You'll see her regenerate, but there's going to be like a blip or like an error in the regeneration where you see her regenerate and it's like a close up on her face.
Scott had suggested that. You know how many years Scott had said that? Yeah. So like all this shit that they're doing, they just took from Scott.
Yeah. It's gonna like you'll see her face as
you're not gonna see it because here's the thing: the 60th is gonna be about Tennant and whatever.
I know that's what
and you're not gonna get no fucking new. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: either she's gonna regenerate into David Tennant, so you don't have to worry about
that's what I'm saying.
Where you don't have to worry about the 14th Doctor, right? You just don't know who the fucking 15th Doctor is.
You're gonna see her face, right? You're supposed to, and her face is gonna flash to Capaldi, flash to Smith.
No, it's not.
Talent.
It's not gonna flash to Capaldi. I don't think you get permission to do that.
No, but it's gonna be like literally like a 1 second thing. Basically, it's gonna like it's a visual way of showing that she's regenerating into the 10th Doctor. So it'll go flash Capaldi. Flash
so you think it's go? So it's gonna do it that way?
Yeah, and then the talent.
I don't know.
So you'll see Capaldi's face for like
it's a bit messy.
That's
the whole thing's messy, man.
Yeah,
even just hearing it.
I don't think. Look, I know they. First of all, the stuff that you're getting it from that site out, they're not really fucking reliable anyway.
They're not really reliable. There's about 2 people on it that are like basically reliable. The rest of them are very dodgy.
I mean, look, the thing is, you're Russell T. Davis. You know your fucking ship is broken. How do you fix it? You get the one person that fucking knew how to fly the shit better than anybody else, David Tennant, right? So fuck it. I don't care about what you say. I'm bringing my guy back. I'm gonna fix it for a couple episodes, and then when everybody, after everything's restored, the ratings are through the fucking roof. We got nice action figures for the 60th and specials and everything.
Hang on.
Now I'll fucking give you our 15th Doctor.
If you bring back David Tennant, whichever incarnation he is at that time, then how does he get to jump forward to be 14?
Well, if he gets killed, then he gets to regenerate, right?
So so you're wasting David Tennant's time just being the Doctor.
We're not wasting the time because here's the thing, right? The Doctor said he could revisit old favorites, right? So one of his
old favorites, not recent favorites.
No, it's an old favorite because how many thousands of years have passed since he was the 10th Doctor, technically?
Yeah, millions even.
Yeah, but that's overkill. David Tennant's everywhere, man. In regards to Doctor Who, he's in everything.
Listen, he'll fix it. He's my favorite Doctor. He'll fucking fix it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if people are like, oh, well, technically you can't do this because fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck everything else. David Tennant, Donna Noble, fucking A. I don't care. I just
You know
don't
what?
fucking care.
I would happily, if Russell wanted to fucking, put 14th Doctor to the one side and do a series with Tennant and Tate, just for 1 year, I'd be for it.
And I know for a fact, probably,
Yeah.
the Master will come back as fucking John Sim, and I don't give a fuck either. That's what I want too. I don't fucking care. And you know what? We don't know technically, right? Because the Master's a crazy fucking nut job. He was so upset that he was going to become Missy. He could have fucking fucked up his own timeline so that wouldn't fucking happen. Which is why we got this whole fucking mess with him killing Gallifrey and everything else. Because he went to kill himself anyway. He's crazy. So, like, it's a possibility that John Sim's like, there's no fucking way I'm regenerating to Missy. No way.
Well, do you think that Sasha's after Missy or after John Sim?
I think that he's after Missy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I honestly think, and I think they will eventually reveal it, I really have this feeling that there was a Master after Sim that was borderline where changing. I still feel that Toby Jones is the Master. I'm sorry. The Dream Lord. I'm sorry because the reason why is that he was not an illusion. He moved the fucking TARDIS while they're fucking on the floor. It wasn't that it was just pollen. He was fucking real. So I honestly feel that he was the Master that was calling himself a different incarnate, calling himself the Dream Lord. And he didn't want the Doctor to lose because he was giving him chances to succeed. And then the next incarnation would be Missy, where he's full-fledged. She wants to be his best friend.
The Dream Lord was an amalgamation of the dark thoughts of the Doctor, though.
No, because the Dream Lord had a physical form that he controlled the fucking TARDIS while they're on the fucking floor.
Yeah, but
if it was a manifestation, it wouldn't have a physical form.
Wait a minute. Go back to Planet of the Spiders. Didn't Cho-Chi have a future image of himself that was solid and can do what it wants on its own?
He became that. He became Cho-Chi, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so therefore, you can count
Munapanto, whatever the fuck, right.
So you can count the Dream Lord as being a physical aspect of the Doctor.
I count the Dream Lord as being fucking flat out the Master. And I flat out feel, yes, absolutely. I'm going to tell you right now, this whole thing with, now we have a situation ever since Moffat kind of fucked this shit up, where you could have a doctor who's like, fuck it, I don't feel like being a Time Lord, I'm going to be a fucking caretaker. Or I'm going to be a fucking architect. Or I'm going to be a goddamn fucking, I'm going to run an art gallery. Like, you could have a doctor that says, fuck it, I'm not going to be the Doctor today. I'm just going to be an asshole. I'm going to be a Valier.
That was what John Hart
I'm the War Doctor. I'm the fucking... No, that's crazy. Like, so now you have the War Doctor just not being a doctor. You have fucking Valyard. Don't know what the fuck that is. And if you count Big Finish, you count it. If you don't, I don't. But, like, you could have incarnations of the Doctor that just lives with Yaz until she croaks and then regenerates.
Well, that was actually I don't know if it was a theory or a rumor that, instead of seeing Jodie regenerate, it's going to be like a montage of her traveling with Yaz until Yaz gets old and croaks it at the end of the episode.
I mean, you could do something really fucking sinister and be like, well, the only way Jodie could fucking regenerate is she fucking absorbs Yaz's life force. Like fucking Master would fucking do crazy shit to fucking, like fucking Nissa's fucking father and shit. Like, like fucking meld into one being and shit.
That's.
I mean, the Master's done. He don't give a fuck. He's like, oh, that's Nissa's father. Fuck it. I want that body. I can't go to fucking Time Lord Walmart. So I mean, that's what he did.
I want that body. That sounds very.
I want that
out of context.
And we need to know that all Time Lords can become fucking slug fucking snake creatures that could just go in like a parasite and just go into a body and that's it too. Like Eric Roberts. I mean, that's amazing.
I'd love to see. It's never going to happen, but I'd love to see them bring back Eric Roberts to the screen. It'll never happen, but
I love that too. That'd be fucking like that.
I love them to bring him back, but I don't know. I just think that I'm like Supposedly, like,
Why can't the master be the timeless child if he was fucking found abandoned on the fucking beach as a child with a fob watch?
Well,
Why can't he be the goddamn fucking timeless child?
I reckon it's my hope. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love if they turn around in the next episode and be like, yeah, it's the fucking master. You've got.
You know what they're gonna do? You know what they're gonna do? The only way they could save it, they could say that Jodie regenerates into that fucking kid, and is running around the fucking citadel, la 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 la, right? And all those incarnations are not previous doctors; they're fucking after doctors.
Well,
or not after doctors, they're after incarnations. She didn't know who the fuck she was.
Well, do you remember in Flux how they had that episode where Jodie was pretending to be Joe Martin that was flicking back and forth?
I hated that.
Yeah, well, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this if this is right.
That, bro.
Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, and Paul Miguel are apparently make a small appearance in the Centenary.
Yeah, I heard that too. But they're going by Sylvester McCoy's suggestion that they be different. Like dark and shit, or weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a rumor that you're going to find out the whole fucking story of the Joe Martin doctor, but it's going to be them standing in for her, like what happened in that episode. It's going to be flicking back and forth.
They should just make Joe Martin's doctor actually be the fucking master. So fuck it.
Or the rally.
Whatever, man.
I
know Joe Martin would not be happy about that, but shit. I really rather her be a future doctor than, because I don't really want. Here's the thing. We know it's a time travel is not a straight line, right? But the whole fact is, the Doctor's history was altered a little bit, where it kind of was and it kind of wasn't, because the the Eighth Doctor was always supposed to regenerate into the Ninth, and with the Sisterhood of Karn saying he can't regenerate, but here's a regeneration, right? The moment the mission was done, the Doctor wasn't dying, the Doctor wasn't hurt. The regeneration of the Ninth Doctor coming kicked in because he was always supposed to be after the fucking Eighth. So they just they implanted a fucking regeneration in between where it wouldn't affect the Doctor's overall timeline, right? But now you could do this at any fucking time now. Because now you're playing around like, oh, let's just fucking kill off the second Doctor, make Joe Martin, and put fucking Rassilon and put him back, and then we're good. That's no good. I don't want them to keep fucking doing that because, like, it's just going to be so... I don't like complicated, you know? The way they should really explain that the John Hurt Doctor is just... Like, Moffat tried to explain it as a Mayfly thing or whatever that was temporary until it's done. You have to flat out say that it was a different regeneration. And they also have to explain how the regeneration count is messed up for it or whatever, because in Nightmare in Silver, Mr. Clever looked into the Doctor's brain and said, oh, you could regenerate one more time. So shit's off, right? So you need to explain when the rules are in place where the regeneration energy goes, right? Now, I still feel technically that they count it. I don't, that when, you know, he just regenerated, the 10th Doctor regenerated back into himself, that's not a regeneration. It's a rejuvenation, but it's not a regeneration because it's not complete. So they count that. But my whole thing is it's not counted because if the Doctor, as Jodie Whittaker, go back and take that regeneration from Donna, then it's not counted, obviously, because it's still there, okay? It's not like it recharges, okay? Because the Doctor says if I use too much regeneration energy, I might be without an arm, I might be without a leg. Or like Capaldi said this before, like, you know, something be wrong with a regeneration down the line, I'll be blind or something, right? So that's why they try not to use too much regeneration energy because it fucks up the future incarnation. That's why River got so mad with the Doctor healing her hands with a tad bit of regeneration energy, like small, because she said, you don't know what the fuck it's going to do to you afterwards, right?
So are you saying that if she goes back and takes that energy out of Donna, does Donna get her memories back then? Or, you know,
she'll fix Donna because Donna, right, because they'll realize it has nothing to do with the Metacrisis Doctor and the human mind, because the fucking Metacrisis Doctor had a fucking human fucking body and had the Time Lord consciousness. So how would it make sense if Donna's human? So they're going to realize it has nothing to do with the human mind or whatever. It has to do with the fact that she has regeneration energy in her, right? That's fucking shit up. So all you have to do is take that shit out, and she will be back to Donna Noble normal. She won't be Dr. Donna because that regeneration energy is giving her the Time Lord consciousness thing. So you take the regeneration energy out, you give it back to the Doctor. Donna Noble's completely fucking normal. And you're like, oh, that's what I should have did. Fuck. All along. And it is regeneration energy because it fucking knocked out all the Masters coming after her.
Speaking of
just like it knocked out the Cybermen, like the regeneration energy.
Speaking of regeneration, have you any thoughts on who the next Doctor will be, or any theories?
They're not cast because they're just going to be filming with David Tennant, so that's not a priority. And I know that for a fact from my source that they just didn't. And everybody's just like, oh, the new announcement soon. No,
I don't believe that hogwash. I don't believe none of that.
You knew announcement was going to be David Tennant, and then you're like, that's what it's going to be. And then everybody's going to be.
There's already a Doctor in place. They're just doing this little special stuff just to keep you lot waiting longer and longer.
No, I don't think there is. I honestly don't think there is. Well, it could be different now, but as of a couple of weeks ago, the Doctor wasn't cast. I don't know, but I haven't talked to my sources.
Supposedly they're filming the 60th shortly, but I don't know whether.
Well, it's 60th specials.
Yeah, the 60th, because if you look at, I'm on this page that has like production, like job roles.
Yeah, the 60th. Listen, the whole purpose of making multiple 60th specials is he needs to bring the ratings back.
Yeah,
he needs to get the show back to the same viewership and everything. So that way, when he really does start a new Doctor, right, that it will be perfect and it'll be okay. Right now, 2 million viewers.
The 60th.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's like, did you watch that show called fucking Antique Roadshow? Because that had more fucking views, right?
Yeah. The 60th film.
This Old House. Yeah. Probably had fucking, and it's on season 37 or whatever the fuck it is. Like, honestly.
The 60th is filming from the middle of May till the start of August, supposedly.
Right, I know. There's a lot. Yeah, they're going to do a lot.
So
they're going to do a lot of fucking fan
some sort of a like announcement within the next 2 weeks.
The only thing I think I'm hoping for is that Moffat gets shot by a Dalek. Like, he'll be, no. Meaning he'll just be a role on the show just to get shot by a Dalek like that. Maybe he'll be a military guy. Like, Moffat be an actor. Moffat should be an actor, like Mark Gatiss. Like, he should be. Just for fun. He should just want to be like, I want to do that. I've never done that before.
Sure, there's a rumor that Chibnall's playing like a news reporter in the Centenary.
I believe that.
Chibnall's playing a news reporter in the Centenary special.
He should, you know what he should be? He should be a Doctor critic, like he was of the fucking TV show. The Doctor sucks. And this is why. And like he should be a fucking dick, like he was when he was a kid, ripping the show to pieces. That's what he should be.
Like just literally watching it.
And anybody that's a fan of the Doctor, fuck them. Like he should just be like whatever.
Just have Chibnall appear like an adult version of Chibnall.
So we're gonna get Ace, Nyssa, Tegan,
Polly, Joe.
Okay. Joe Grant's good. Okay.
Who else is there? There was talk of
we're getting Perry now.
Mel's supposed to turn up.
Carrot Juice in space. We're gonna get now. And we're gonna get Perry?
Perry, I don't know. There's talk of Perry. I'm not 100% sure.
No Turlo.
Nah.
Yeah, please, no. God, no. I hate Turlo. Well, we both agree, Phillip.
So, yeah. It'll literally be, they'll not be there physically, but it'll literally be like a group WhatsApp call where you'll see them on, like, you'll see the videos of them.
Oh, God. That's what you're going to get?
Yeah. Think of it like, you know how it happened.
How are you going to do WhatsApp from the 40s?
Do you know how
is River in it?
No, there's no word of River. No word of River.
If they mention River, they don't put River in.
There's a rumor of Martha Jones.
I like that. But
it's gonna be like. Do you know how in the Stolen Earth how they all appeared on the one screen?
Yeah.
That's supposedly what it's gonna be like.
That's what we're gonna get.
Yeah, something like that.
It. Hey, how you doing there? Yeah, how you doing in the 40s? It's like that's gonna be. That's gonna be.
they'll sell the telegraph through or something like that. Like it'll be like fucking turn up the unit. It'll be like
So that's gonna be about 1.5 minutes of that shit, and then we're gonna see the classic doctors, right?
yeah, they turn
Or
up.
is it gonna be the master as the classic doctors?
Well,
Like fucking around.
Supposedly, the one story that's gaining the most traction is that Jodie's going to meet these classic doctors and they're wearing Time Lord robes, like the
She's gonna make them. What do you mean make
them? She's gonna meet them, like she's going to roll it, like talk to them.
But they're not them.
No, they're not them, but they're old and they're in Time Lord robes.
But they're not the doctor, or they are the doctor.
They're the afterlife doctors. If you can understand.
Don't start doing that shit now. We're gonna do that shit now.
I don't know if
the
they
same
are
person.
I think it's the story. The rumor, the original rumor.
It's her consciousness, right? Talking to them.
Yes, that's it. There's a rumor,
and they're like, oh yeah, you need to.
And it's going to be like she's going to be standing with Davison, Baker, McCoy, and Paul Miguel, and they're going to be like,
the master, just shoot that son of a bitch.
They're going to do what they did with Peter Davison when he goes, "You mustn't die, Doctor. You can't die, Doctor.
You know, Doctor. You know. No, Doctor, you must die. Die, Doctor, die. And the fucking faces are up.
All the faces are just going to be chipped. They'll appear. Die, Doctor.
Somebody's going to go when the second Doctor regenerates. They're like, oh, you see that special effect? No, that wasn't a special effect. That was the Doctor split into 4 doctors. Look.
Do you know what I seen as a rumor as for I think it was an idea for how she regenerates. Now it's not going to happen.
It was somebody was saying she's going to drown.
Yeah, that was one that was.
That's cruel.
There was another one that said that her regeneration is gonna be like the third Doctor, where like the TARDIS lands in unit, she falls out, and it's literally gonna be like the third Doctor, where Kate Stewart's gonna be like, well, here we go again.
Well, the only thing is, if she does drown, they kind of foreshadowed that in the Witchfinders.
Yeah,
that she's something. Wasn't she having a conversation with the Master about how they died, and she said she hasn't drowned yet, or some shit like that? Or
that was in. Was that not in Spyfall?
Maybe didn't she say she didn't drown yet, or some shit like that?
No, that was Weren't Enough Time, and the Doctor falls. Where Missy and the Masters there. They were like, "How many ways have you died?" Like I know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I haven't drowned yet.
Yeah. Okay. You haven't drowned. Do you know something? It would be a cool. I know it wouldn't happen, but it would be cool.
It would kind of be. That would be fucking.
It'd be cruel. It would be cruel, but like Legend of the Sea Devils was originally her last episode. So
you know what's going to be the tragedy though? It's because you've seen it in the trailer. She's going to open the fucking fob watch and she's going to fucking forget yes, and she knows it. She fucked up. She's not supposed to open the fob watch because it erases your memory, not gives you memory. Because there is no Time Lord. There is no timeless child. So when she's going to want to either that's the fob watch energy, or if it is regeneration energy, Yaz is not going to get to her before she regenerates. And when she does regenerate, if it's a different Doctor, which is not going to be, it's probably going to be David Tennant, they're not going to give her the time of day.
I reckon the whole fob watch thing is going to be where the classic Doctors come into play, because like if she's getting all this, if it's a trap or if she's getting all of this information, I reckon it's going to be like a.
I think that's just a thing to erase her memory to be a good soldier for the fucking division. I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
I think that Tech Team's still alive, and I think that it's just a thing where that's how they keep her in control. Though that will erase her memory. There is no timeless child Doctor. There is only the root Doctor, which probably the second Doctor got killed in the division's care, and Rassilon flipped the fuck out and said, you borrowed the Doctor. We used him for missions, but you borrowed him. You got him killed. Now I got to fucking fix it. So then they restore Ruth back to the second, and then the second, they put him back in there and he regenerates into the third.
See, so the thing that's still fucking, the thing that still is bugging me is that, like, they seem to be implying on the show that she's before Hartnell, but the fact is, how do you explain how the TARDIS looks like a police car?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit lie. It's a bullshit lie.
Why can't she be realistically before Hartnell? Why can't she be? Who's to say that? We don't know. We don't know.
Because that's the Doctor that stole the TARDIS.
No, but that's the Doctor we know of. that we
bullshit.
first met. That's the Doctor
Because
we
the
first met
guys
with.
the guys that wrote the fucking Brain of Morbius said that they were fucking around and they weren't serious about the Doctor about the incarnations.
Yeah,
They had
but
no
you can say
intention.
that.
They said they had no intention of ever doing that. They just wanted to fuck with people, and that they're upset that Chibnall fucking did that because that's bullshit.
But now it's been put into narrative. That
It's
it could
not
be...
because time is not a straight line. So the fucking fourth Doctor has subconscious memories of Doctor 20, 87, and 102 because there is times when the Doctor encounters his future selves, and it stays in the memory subconsciously. Okay, so the fourth Doctor.
Hang on. If he can encounter his future self, why can't he encounter his past self beyond Hartnell?
Because there's no past self behind Hartnell, and the Brain of Morbius tool was showing the future incarnations that he sees in his subconscious. There is none before the first Doctor. It is fucking revealed. We do know definitively. He said, I ran away from Gallifrey.
Wait.
I had a fucking family and everything.
Can I finish, please? Thank you. We don't know whether Hartnell's regenerative cycle is the first cycle or the second one before another one. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe
there is no other ones. He didn't want to regenerate because he wanted to be himself.
Oh dear.
He's like, well, I don't know what the fuck this is going to be.
But you got to open the box a little bit. You have to open the box a little bit.
It makes me okay. There was something that was always taught to me, and that is that, like, you know, I usually like comic book wise, right? They always have like a thing with a character, where they have like a character Bible and stuff that they could never do. Spider-Man could never kill somebody. Spider-Man would never have a gun shoot somebody. Spider-Man, you know, like they had a whole thing, right? These characters wouldn't do this, right? Never fucking happened, right? And the moment you change the foundation where everything is strong, right? Holding up the whole Doctor Who franchise, you start fucking changing what was created, you fuck up the whole entire foundation.
There you go.
So if it's established that the first Doctor is the first Doctor, you don't fuck with that foundation, right? But if you start fucking with it, then here's the thing. The show will be boring. Do you understand? Because it's always the risk of he has a limit or she has a limit on regenerations that they can't regenerate indefinitely. And there's a factor that shit could happen. If you have it that she can regenerate indefinitely, it's fucking boring. Okay? The reason, an example of this.
That's what they done, though. They made her out to be immortal. To the point of being immortal.
They gotta say Rassilon gave her with him whatever this amount of regeneration. That's it. But the whole point is that with the X-Men comic, now that they've never died in 100 years or 30 years of free, now Wolverine dies every week, and then just grows in a pod, right? So technically, all the X-Men and the villains are all living together, screwing each other, everything in this fucking island, and they're living for thousands of years. So guess what? Why would I want to read that comic of Wolverine killing Magneto on 72nd time when they're going to come back to life? It's boring, right? Because they keep coming back to life. So if the Doctor can regenerate indefinitely, it's boring, right?
Well, it's so fucking stupid, and it shits over Moffat's work as well because Moffat said, you know, giving the Doctor regenerations. You know, the Doctor was fucking out of regenerations.
Well, listen, when I was a kid, it was always known that somebody's going to have to be the writer that's going to fucking give the Doctor new regenerations because you're not going to end it after the regeneration cycle's over. So I always knew they were going to do that, right? Yeah. But the whole point is that they've gone further now. Now you can't keep chiseling away at the history because now the way it is like you know who Doctor Who is. You're supposed to question Doctor Who or the Doctor is this African-American little kid running around in a citadel, right? Girl. So now you know who the fuck she is. She's not even a Gallifreyan. She's not even from this universe. She's not anything. So now you just totally made it where, why don't you just say, fuck this universe, I'm going home, right? You won't because it doesn't matter. So it doesn't make sense, basically. Because now you ruined the whole Time Lord. You ruined the whole... Moffat explained that because of the time vortex, they could fucking regenerate by harnessing the power of the time vortex. And only when they're in the academy and everything that they're granted regeneration energies. Not all Gallifreyans are granted regeneration energy because they're not in the Time Lord Academy, right? So all these fucking poor people outside, when they croak, they fucking croak. That's it, right? And they're in rags and shit, right? This wonderful society that fucking the doctor said was great as Capaldi. But anyway, so you can't like chisel away where the doctor said flat out he had a wife, he had kids, he had grandkid, right? Like, well, now he was just him and his granddaughter, right? And something bad happened on Gallifrey that said, fuck it, we're getting out. And he stole the TARDIS and ran away, right? If you start saying different things that happened before that, you start fucking shit up. And then you're not going to be able to fix it right. So there's certain things that should never be explained with Doctor Who because you've got to keep the mystery going so that way the show is interesting, right? All this stuff about the Doctor having secrets, nobody gives a fuck about the secrets now because how many fucking thousands of Doctors there was before the fucking first one? And that's bullshit too because the first Doctor says, I'm the original. So, like, he is the original.
Maybe he had his memory wiped prior to being him.
Why? Do you really listen to me? We've known each other for a long time, right? Do you really think it's a good idea to say that William Hartnell's not the first? Think about it for one fucking whole minute for a second.
Yeah, but
you're really going on fucking weird territory now. I mean, look, the only thing I know about the Doctor's history, right, that I pieced together, right, is that the Doctor came from a poor family that somehow lucked out into going to the Time Lord Academy. Doctor was always special, meaning like better than everybody else. Same thing like the Master. There was like, and Rassilon always talked those two fuckers, right? Always like all those fucks. There was always like something where the Time Lords didn't want to flat out kill them because of some weird shit, but they're special in some case, but whatever, we don't know why or whatever, right? So, like, we also know from Missy that their houses were joined because the Doctor gave a gift to the Master's daughter.
Yeah.
And the Doctor probably had a son. And they had the grandchild, which is Susan. And Susan's grandfather is also the Master that they didn't reveal. Which I'm telling you right now, I'm 100% positive on that, right?
Yeah.
And that the reason, and they were always competitive because they knew each other from school. Then they did away, he went on his own path. They came across each other because the houses joined, right? But it was always a thing where he couldn't flat out kill him because I had the grandchild and everything, right? But now that Susan's out of the fucking picture, right? Then he's revisiting the third Doctor to have their fucking duel, their battle, right? They're like, fuck it. Kids are gone. Grandkids are gone. I fucking hate you, motherfucker. Always did. You're a friend. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate you now, right? So that's it. But it was a thing where they had their houses joined, I feel. And if the Master ever encountered Susan, he wouldn't be able to kill Susan. Just like I always felt that if Rory encountered the Master, as evil as the Master would be, the one thing and the one person the Master would never kill was his own kid. Well, and I'm telling you right now, I want to see that on screen.
Well, the Master has encountered Susan on screen.
What?
The Master has encountered Susan on screen. And the Five Doctors. Anthony Italy's Doctor encountered the first Doctor.
But she didn't know who the fuck he was, though. Like,
I know. Like, I know.
I mean, maybe he was named something else, but like she didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
Even the first Doctor didn't even know who the fuck he was, kind of.
I know, because he was like, basically like, who the fuck are you? Like, they ran on each other. It was like, who the fuck are you?
He probably didn't know him as the Master. Probably knew him as fucking Bob or some shit or whatever the fuck.
Brian. Let's not go there. Anyway. Nah, I just think that I'm just looking forward to hearing news about Series 14 now, because like they are like
you're not going to get any. You're not going to get any.
Oh, I know.
Listen to me. Everybody can forget about getting this announcement because you're going to get for the next year. You're going to get the 60th stuff, and it's going to be a long fucking time before you. Here's the thing: we still don't know if technically Jodie regenerates into David Tennant. I think that's probably going to happen.
Yeah,
could happen. Yeah. So that way nobody could fucking say about the 14th Doctor, right? And you don't have to have the 14th Doctor in Series 14. Don't have to. So could be David Tennant, and then stuff. You know, he has to handle some business. And that's fine because nobody. I mean, it was sad what happened to Don Noble, but I think even Russell T Davies felt that's fucked up. I got to restore her, just like Harry Jones. Oh no, she's not dead. You know.
Well,
So just, I mean, people have often said, even the writers, the Matrix writer, the Wachowski sibling, she's like, I couldn't have Neo and fucking Trinity dead.
they're
So
not.
I fixed that.
If talk and speculation's right, they're not called Series 14, Series 14. They're literally gonna call it like Series 1 again.
Are they gonna really do that? I don't know about that. Really?
Because it's like, if you think about it, right, it's a new production company. They're getting a fucking massive amount of money. Like if you're trying to promote,
It's just gonna be Doctor Who Volume 3. Series
well,
1.
no, it wouldn't be
like
that.
a comic book.
No, there was somebody suggested the idea of doing like Marvel, like phases or chapters, but I don't like that. I'd rather
Well, Marvel, they keep renumerating number 1, but it's like volume. It's technically say Volume 20, number 1, like Amazing Spider-Man number 1. But they just do that because that way they get people buying.
The only reason it's been suggested is because it's a new production company, new people. You know, they've got a big budget. It's, and you know, Sony's name is loosely linked it, and that they want to, you know, if you want to get a whole new audience coming to, you don't want to say, right, this is Series 14. You have to go back and watch 13 other series before you come to this one. You know, going and saying Series 1 is like, right, this is the start. You know, this is a climate on point for new audiences. You know, it's more to do with a marketing point of view than it is anything else.
I mean, that's fine if he renumbers it to Series 1. I'm okay with that because we've had renumbering like Scream to Scream, not Scream 5.
The only problem is if they say Series 1 and then you, like in 5 years' time, you say, oh, do you remember that episode from Series 1? He's like, what Series 1? Which Series 1?
You got to say 2024 Series 1.
2024.
The comic books, right.
But, yeah, no.
Well, I'm glad David.
Oh, he's gone. So, yeah.
No, I said I'm glad David Tennant's coming back. You guys see me or no?
Of course he's coming back.
No, I said I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
And it's...
Now we need Matt Smith also.
Matt Smith. We need Karen Gillan. I want Karen Gillan in it.
Karen Gillan, they're always going to be in it. And you know what? I'm not going to be surprised if Chris Eccleston in it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be surprised.
Get me Paul Miguel.
That's what we said he was coming back. And I wasn't surprised when he big finish. I knew he was coming back.
Given what we got with the Silurian story, which was vastly bad.
Wait, you Sea Devils?
You think it's going to be like that with
the Sea Devils?
Yeah.
Not Silurians. That's their cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sea Devils. Right. Sorry, yeah. Okay. You think the last story is going to be just as choppy and ridiculous and badly done?
Well, Eve of the Daleks was diabolical. Legend of the Sea Devils was a fucking snooze fest. And if you know, if trends
can it be like Spy? I did like Spyfall. Why can't it be like the first part? Like it was good. The second part sucked ass. But like why can't Chibnall just put out one once in a while? Just he can put out a good. The Root Doctor one, that was fucking phenomenal. Fugitive to Doom. But why can't you just pop out a good? Like please, don't.
Chibnall should have done. Chibnall's gonna fucking get like, right. Say for example, right, they're calling the centenary feature length, which is probably gonna be like 75 minutes. Instead of fucking trying to, because you know, rightly, he's not going to go into detail on everything because it's going to take too long. And you know, Chibnall, he's not that kind of writer. Exactly. What he should have done was he should have said, right, you want me to do a centenary special, right? I want to do a 2-parter here. You know, do 2 parts.
No, he wants out. He didn't.
Oh, no, he wants out. But
like, he didn't want to do no.
If he wants time to explain everything,
he don't give a fuck about that. Yeah.
He just wants to walk away when the flames are burning.
He doesn't. Look. Everybody's taught before they left to clean your house for the next person to buy the house, right? So, like the showrunner, he's supposed to fix it and put everything back the way it was for him. He's not doing that. He is a different type of animal, Chibnall. He went against the BBC about the Christmas special. They were fucking fighting him about that shit. Chaos and Cardiff did exist. They almost fucking walked, even though people were saying they didn't. It did came out. Yeah, by the way, he did. So he doesn't give a fuck, and because he had all those deals and everything with the money coming in, he was a pig in shit. They couldn't fucking do shit, and he kind of disrespected him because China's like, well, we'll give you this money, but you gotta have an episode based on our culture in China. Sure, I'll fuck that up, but I won't tell you. And he did that shit. So like I've said this for years. I'm like, there's going to be an episode based on the Chinese culture. Everybody's like, yeah, okay. No, it is. That was the deal. He fucked everybody. And he don't care because they don't have to pay that back. But now you got Russell T Davies, got his own, you're paying the fee to borrow the character of the Doctor like they pay the Dalek estate,
Yeah.
So no interference whatsoever from the BBC at all. And that's great. So now he could bring the Doctor's mother back, the real Doctor's mother, not that bullshit Tech Taeyoon cunt.
Oh my God, the language.
Listen, Phillip.
Yes.
You'll never be able to explain to me how this bitch, as a fucking intergalactic gardener, how nobody's fucking with this bitch that she created the division. Where's your fucking people, bitch? You think it's so powerful. Where's your motherfucking agents? Where's your fucking people? You're in a fucking ship that's like a tree with a fucking ood. And you're like, and you don't know shit about ship. And you're like, that's your universe, that one. The blue one on that map, that's yours. How the fuck do you know that, bitch? You don't know that because this is a whole con job. The whole thing about her dying, all con job. But it's a fucking big ass con.
It made no sense the fact the Doctor got transported to this fucking division place. And there was
then Doctor split into 3 people. That was crazy too.
Yeah, and there was only her and the fucking dude on that ship.
That whole shit was dimensions in time on crack.
Yeah.
That guy, the serpent, had no business. First of all, he had nothing to do with the whole fucking. All of a sudden, this guy who was Vinder's fucking problem, right? Now, out of the blue, somewhere in the rewrites, he just changed that shit. Oh, I hate the Doctor. Let me get that bitch. Let me alter the unit's history. There's no reason that he, ever knew the Doctor or why he would go after the Doctor to begin with.
He's turning up in the Centenary Special too, by the way.
But he has there's no explanation. Who the fuck? Why the fuck would he want to get busy with the Doctor? Why the fuck?
Well, I thought they were setting him up to be some sort of fucking leader of the division, and not But then it turned out he was a big fuck. He was a snake fucker.
He should be fucking Tech Taeyoon's fucking whatever.
They brought the guy that played.
I'm still here. I'm just gonna take my camera off for a minute.
The guy that's still here, or the guy that's still, what the hell am I all about? The guy that's still here is Phil, but the guy I'm talking about that played that Grand Serpent guy he's a guy called Craig Parkinson.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he was a Light of Duty, one of the biggest shows in the UK. He's brilliant, but they wasted him. Just
like they wasted Olivia Colman, and just like they wasted fucking David Warner, and they fucking don't know what to do with
her. They wasted Kevin McNally playing Jericho.
David Warner could have been a fucking great ass villain. Yeah. They fucked him up. He could have been the Master or something. They fucked it up. They wasted
Kevin McNally as Jericho. He was fucking brilliant.
They fucked
even the woman who played Tech Taeyoon, they fucking wasted her. She was a good
actor too.
Yeah.
So. The Master could, you know what? You could do a fucked up thing with the Master just regenerating to fucking old Doctors just to fuck with us.
Oh, I still think Tennant would play a perfect Master, or Matt Smith.
Now, we've seen that as the Purple Man, though. We've seen that in the MCU.
Yeah,
old MCU, whatever.
Kilgrave, yeah.
No. I honestly say the Master. They should have had Billy Piper play the Master. And the reason why no. You don't know why. If you ever saw Penny Dreadful, you would know what the fuck I'm talking about because she could fucking act as a villain. Oh, yeah. I watched Penny Dreadful, right? And it used to be my favorite fucking show, right? I saw her fucking act. And when she became fucking full-on villain, me and Sharon were watching. We couldn't fucking believe it. She was like the greatest fucking actress I've ever seen, right? She's fucking amazing. Now, just picture the Master fucking with the Doctor by regenerating into Rose Tyler. Just to fuck with him, right? Where he has to deal with that all the time. That face.
Yeah.
That's something the Master would do. And her being fucking totally fucking narcissistic and fucking vicious against David Tennant's Doctor would be fucking fabulous. Fabulous. Motherfucking fabulous. Honestly. That's Christmas right there.
I like to say, right, that when RTD comes back, because obviously his writing brings in big stars. He's working with Helena Bonham Carter before he does Doctor Who on the series for ITV, and he's worked he got Neil Patrick Harrison for It's a Sin, I just hope that I want him to bring in a big name to play a villain or play the master in his era. If he doesn't bring back John Sim, I want him to bring in a big name to play.
Well, Charles Dance should be a master no matter
Charles Dance, bring in fucking
has to be a master. He should have been Jody. He should have been Jody's master. But,
Charles Dance.
Yeah.
I
like a strategic chess player type,
They should bring in like.
I love Sasha Dewan. I'm sorry, I'm not taking away Sasha Dewan. I was surprised and I was wrong about that. I thought he was going to suck, but you know what? I love him so much. My kids put him on a mug for me for my birthday, so I'm fucking happy.
They should have just fucking, if RTD wants to bring in a big name, right? Fucking bring in your doctor and bring in fucking, I don't know. I come up with an idea. Bring in fucking Idris Elba playing the fucking master, or bring in somebody fucking.
Idris Elba plays every fucking villain in every fucking franchise.
Yeah, true.
Fast and the Furious, fucking this, fucking that, and he's a hero in the Marvel universe. Like, I'm Idris Elba out. He played Knuckles and Sonic.
Well, he can bring Idris Elba to play Rassilon.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Why can't we just get Timothy Dalton back? Why can't we get Timothy Dalton?
Timothy Dalton, or if you want a natural successor, bring in Pierce Brosnan or Daniel Craig. Bring in Pierce.
I want Timothy Dalton to be fucking spitting there all over the place and shit. I love that. And spitting.
I will not.
I will not die.
I will not rest until the day I see fucking. You just picture Daniel Craig in Time Lord robes. Like, that is a sight to behold.
They could have did that. I don't think he wants to do that, though.
I know, but money talks.
He did do the thing with the trailer where he heard the TARDIS and James Bond's running around. So they're implying James Bond's in the same universe as the Doctor.
I just think that, like, if you bring back, like, say for the 60th, I know they won't do it, but if you brought back somebody like fucking Omega or Sutek, and you had a big fucking, say you didn't know who it was, say they had like a fucking mask on or whatever, and then like, say you had 3 episodes, and at the end of the second episode, the mask comes off, and you see like fucking Daniel Craig, or you see Idris Elba or somebody fucking massive, but they won't do that. RTD might do it, but Chibnall.
I want Russell Davis is going to write a nice, big, cool story arc. Maybe it's the Black Guardian coming back. Who knows? Supposed to be one more incarnation, by the way. One more time that he counts as Black Guardian. So that still has to happen. And the Doctor also has to be Merlin at some point in time in the future, which I always thought was going to be the 8th Doctor, but because the Doctor is Merlin in an alternate dimension universe.
Yeah.
Sideways in time.
Do you reckon RTD could open up like a multiverse?
Here's the thing I'm worried about that. I don't want them to open it up because then it's always going to go to it. It should be something that was touched upon every now and then, like Star Trek Next Generation, like with the Mirror Universe or whatever, or alternate universes. But don't start fucking, because then if you start giving us everything we want, then we're gonna be bored. Like you have to save shit. Like the Doctor, the TARDIS, was not able to travel in different universes, but then it had to have some type of energy to do it, and then it could always travel to Rose's second universe now, or it could always travel to the Cybermen's whatever. So the TARDIS can adapt to travel to different universes, but I don't want them to do that. Like, honestly. I also don't want them to destroy the universe either, where there's nothing that connects to the Doctor at all, and no companions, no history, just boom, Russell T. Davis, let's go. Like, I want them to just... First of all, we have to fix the Flux, because according to the Flux, everything was destroyed but Earth and one planet. So, how about the Time Lords get involved with that? Like, and say, oh, these motherfuckers... There's no planet of time. There's no being of time.
But the Time Lords are dead, though.
They're not. They're alive somewhere because its time is not.
Philip, you mean to tell me that the Time Lords, an advanced civilization race, wouldn't have had a way to protect themselves from imminent disaster?
Way. Well, it seems to be quite easy. The Cybermen got around them quite easily and even used their bodies to run around them.
They're not compatible either. That was bullshit too, because they said originally they weren't compatible.
No, I think that the Time Lords are out there, but they're fucking hiding. They're hiding away.
I think that they just fucking... Something happened, and Sasha Dewan's master wound up in a different universe, right? where it's a different Gallifrey, and they're just stupid, and he killed them all. But it was a different Gallifrey, not our Gallifrey.
That's the problem. That's the problem I have with Joe Martin's Time Lords, because I don't know whether they're ancient from way before the first Doctor left Gallifrey.
They didn't look ancient. They look like they're fucking like grunge, fucking current. That's Rassilon's fucking crazy ass daughter type of thing, like running around. Like that didn't look like they were, the same at all.
I don't know. They could, as you say, they could make it the Ruth Doctor like a far future Doctor.
It
like
should be far future. It should be Gallifrey far future.
But it's just the fact that the only snag with that is like she says she doesn't remember Jodie, but I suppose you could say she's that far into the future. She's at that.
Doctor lies though.
Yeah.
And that's a stupid get out clause. Doctor lies. Bloody hell! That's just a wording. It doesn't make. It's not proof of anything.
Because it's bullshit.
I will be astonished if Chibnall manages to pull something out of his ass that's fucking.
He ain't pulling shit out of his ass. We're gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker fucked it up.
I don't know. I just think that he's bitten off more than he can chew. Now, if he does something good, I'll praise him for it. But if he doesn't, I will roast him.
Listen, I gotta say, my review of the Sea Devils was biased because I wanted those motherfuckers to come back for so long. So I was like, oh, Sea Devils back, fine, good. Even though the episode was like fucking ridiculous.
The only thing that ruined it for me with the Sea Devils was when they did that false jump onto that shit. I'm like, when since did the Tyler?
They're fucking lightsabers and shit. I'm like, yeah.
Like, no, man.
What? Did you see what he fucking did? He fucking like they were about to say Infinity Stone, and they're like Infinity, and they were like trying to make it like that's like an Infinity Gauntlet type of bullshit. You fucking motherfucker, copycat.
They made them blink too. What the fuck? He made them blink.
That's all right. I don't mind that part of it. Trying to make them make their face a bit more immobile. That's
I like those Sea Devils though. I do. I like them.
I don't know. And then they had swords. Like I would love to see one of them come around on the ship.
I gotta tell you, I did like the Sea Devils though. I did. I like that whole shit. I like the guy wiping everybody out, killing everybody. That was fucking great, like a horror movie. I like that. It was good.
Well, they should.
Why did they need a ship though? Why did they even need one, man?
Who cares? They were great. I thought it was great, but the special effect was sucked ass with certain things. I know.
The special effects was fucking rubbish.
We got our Sea Devils back. They can
wish
appear again. Thank you, Christian, for doing that stupid shit.
I just wish that, like, they're all running around with swords. I just wish one of them had have appeared with the classic gun and tried to shoot.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting myself.
Yeah,
but no, we can't do that. It costs too much. Bollocks.
I mean, literally, just like put out a call. Like, I'm sure there's probably a fucking. They don't have to get a new gun. They could just literally. Like, I'm sure there's an old prop out there somewhere they could fucking find. Use it for.
And the fact that they originally they were quite happy wearing just a G-string tops or whatever you want to call them, and now they're fashion conscious. They got to look like walkway dummies, man. Like, look at my clothes; they're gorgeous. No,
I thought they were fucking gorgeous. I thought they were gorgeous to see that. I was like, fuck it, I want that action figure.
Nah, fuck it.
Great. They should make a figure with the eyes moving and shit like that.
Hey, what did you think? What did you think about the whole fucking Thasman thing and Jodie basically saying, "Listen, this is
what a goddamn joke that
is."
It
shouldn't even be in
I put you on the same level as River Song. No, you don't, stupid fuck.
Yeah,
well,
you can't.
She said like, oh, you're almost as good as my wife or something like that.
You never even kissed the fucking bitch. You kissed River Song how many fucking times, and then Capaldi's doctor screwed her for 2 years. Like, on an extended honeymoon. No, they did. It was an extended honeymoon because Missy is like, they went fucking, she was hanging out with the Daleks, and they're like, oh shit, he's married. She's like, yeah, that's good because then he won't be fucking doing anything. He won't go after you and shit. They're like, oh, fuck it. Let's leave him alone. That's why the fucking Tooth Fairy guy, fucking Tim Shaw, his whole fucking race took over fucking galaxies because the doctor was on an extended honeymoon. Fucking 22 years.
No, it doesn't make sense. Like the ultimate payback with me would be for fucking River Song to kick the doors of the TARDIS out of the Centenary Special, go up and bitch slap the ass and stay the fuck away from my wife.
She should be in the
Yeah,
Special.
she should be able, but she should kick the TARDIS doors in.
Well, she didn't do that with Clara, though. I mean,
Bitch
Clara
slap, bitch
Clara
slap,
didn't give a fuck. She's like, I love the Doctor. Fuck.
bitch slap, yeah, bitch slap Yaz and be saying, "Stay the fuck away from my wife."
And then grab the mattress and throw it out the TARDIS doors and say, "You're not using that again."
Throw Yaz into the time vortex.
Well,
just have have Tegan punch Master in the face, and then then Ace puts Nitro 9 in the fucking Master's back. He's like, "Ooh!" And they kill him, right? And of course he's gonna regenerate because his guts everywhere. And he's gonna regenerate. He's gonna regenerate.
He's gonna regenerate then into who would you like to see? Regenerate on Charles Dance? What about that?
See the things we have to. Here's the thing: we can't have a Master without knowing the Doctor. So it's like you gotta know what the Doctor is, and then see who you could choose equally to be. So like if the Doctor is a young 22-year-old male, right? Then you get probably a young Master, right? Or whatever. Or if it depends. Like you're not gonna have a Charles Dance Master with a fucking, you gotta like line it up like good, So,
but you see,
that's the Doctors first. I honestly think the Doctor's gonna be a male again.
Well, that's how you do it because you have a Doctor who's sort of the opposite of, or the Master who's sort of the opposite of the Doctor. Like I always said that I've connected with Sacha Dhawan's Master more than I have with Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. And like, if you wanted like a parallel for a Doctor, I always said from watching Sacha Dhawan's Master, he would have been great alongside Matt Smith.
Yeah,
Matt Smith had a Master.
I still always feel Toby Jones was his Master. I'm sorry, I do.
No, stop that.
I do. But also, what was I going to say? They also asked Alan Cumming to be the Doctor, and he would if he didn't have to commit to that long schedule. I still want him to be the Doctor after Jodie, like Alan Cumming. I really like his acting ability, and I think that he could play the Doctor where the Doctor has, like, say, two companions. He's sort of like a professor role.
He's a bit too zany for the post.
I think he could be a serious, like, he could be a little funny, but then when it comes to when the companions are not around and the villain's there, he fucking menace.
I reckon the next Doctor's a man. I reckon it's a black.
I want Alan Cumming to be the Doctor, honestly.
But I think personality-wise, Doctor-wise, it has to be toned down from what we got with Jodie, because Jodie was just like ridiculously over the top. Toned down. He's got to be a bit more serious and a bit more straight-leveled next time around.
I think that Joe, who I honestly think could be the next Doctor, Patterson Joseph.
Who?
Patterson Joseph.
But they said that ages ago. For years, that name has been bandied about, and he still ain't the Doctor.
Or else,
well, just you know what? The next Doctor after the next Doctor. Let's say that. David Tennant. Then after David Tennant.
Yeah, well,
we should get David Tennant. Then we should get a bearded, fucking nasty Matt Smith.
Well, you know
like
what?
He was in that episode. Fucking want that.
So we go. Chris Eccleston, Tennant, Smith.
No, I honestly think Chris Eccleston should be in the 60th. I think he still is going to be in the 60th regardless. I think that some fucking deal was made somehow, and he's in it.
Well, I hope that it's the case where, because obviously there was bad blood between them, and I hope it's the case where I hope it was the case where RTD was like, right, into a room, let's sort this fucking out. Let's just. If
I was Russell T Davies, I'd be like, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Chris Eccleston, I fucked up, and here's fucking $5 million. Thank you. Let's go. 60. That's it. I totally fucked up. Ain't gonna do some weird shit with you. Want to respect that you're here. Please join us. That's it. I'll show you the script. What do you think? I'm not gonna be an asshole. That's it. And then here's fucking tons of money. Fuck it. And I'm telling you right now, I bet you, because I still feel that he hinted that he was in it to that fucking reporter that was too fucking over her head that he said to her that he was filming in 2022. So.
I don't know. I'd love it. Don't get me wrong. I'd love it.
I'm not going to be surprised. I'll tell you right now, if he's in it.
If I had to put money on who's going to be there, right, for the 60th, right, Tennant,
Not Smith, definitely.
right? I don't know. I'd love Capaldi to be there. I don't know whether he will.
I don't think he's pissed off.
I think it's too soon for him. I think it's
he's
too
pissed.
soon.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
Still.
He was pushed. He was pushed out.
He's pissed with them right now. Just like Johnny Depp's pissed at Disney. He's pissed.
I reckon they'll ask him. I reckon Paul McGann will be in it.
Paul McGann's definitely.
Yeah,
Paul
McGann. Because I think
Tom Baker's in there because just whatever.
I want them to do like a scene, not similar. Well, you could do a scene similar to the Curator scene, but I reckon they'll have, Tennant or.
I really want them all in it, like, and then the actors that died, I want their sons or something to just
get Sean Pertwee. Get Sean Pertwee to play.
Like just if they're not, then get another actor that's good that can impersonate them, like whatever. Yeah. But I kind of want all of them in it, like.
Or David Bradley, and Sean Pertwee. I get.
Well, I mean, it's your question. Was he fired really from Big Finish, or was he just busy?
No, he's still with them. He's still with them. They're just chopping, changing the way they present the First Doctor right now.
I think he's just his workload. He's just less than his workload, probably. Just he's getting on. He probably just doesn't want to take on as much as he had. That's probably what it is. Right. But no, if you had David Bradley, you could have fucking what do you call from Harry Potter? Is it your guy? Fucking the guy who plays Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter. He's the grandson of Patrick Troughton.
Oh yeah.
Have him play fucking Troughton. Get Sean Pertwee playing the Third Doctor, and then that's what you could fucking do.
Okay.
That's what I would do anyway. But
as much as Sean Pertwee looks like he's done a little bit, he's not a full. He's not proper John Pertwee.
You give him a fucking wig. Give him the wig on the
I don't know. We need some. I just.
But I think he said he wasn't too sure about doing it because he didn't want to disrespect his father's legacy. But I don't.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he would either.
I don't think he would, but yeah.
Didn't Mark Gatiss dress up like fucking Third Doctor too?
Oh yeah, he looked horrible. Oh god, it was that was nightmare fuel, that photo.
I know.
Night.
All right, so we're gonna have to go now because I have an everything show actually scheduled for 12, but I need to eat something and everything. So I'm gonna be doing an everything show at 12. My friend wrote a book, so I'm gonna be promoting him. So I'm glad we got you, Marty. Finally.
Finally. Hopefully it's not too long till see you again.
You know what it is? It's I've been off, but yesterday, besides the gaming, it was the anniversary of my dad's death, so it was kind of rough for me. And so I was for a while. I was just not doing anything, but I've been going for my gaming achievements. I'm trying to get the 1,000th platinum today. So Phillip laughs, but I'm going to be number one in America. I know for sure. Anyway, and then I'm going for the world title, and then we see what happens.
Oh boy, you're gaming.
My gaming. Got to spend money though, to not just beat you got to buy the games too, which today's I get paid hopefully. All right, thank you. We'll do this again, Marty, during the week.
Yes.
Because I want to get some more Whovians in this week. And I'm gonna get Chris's take on it, and Sally and Missy and Misty, and Susie actually, and then a whole bunch. So we had Connor's take on it too, which was good.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day. I was surprised.
Yeah. So getting the game back together. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.